Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and we have a fantastic puzzle ahead, I think, which is called Parity Plaza. And if you actually look at the thumbnail that we have here today, I mean, there's almost like a bit of a sense of irony, actually. You've got Sleuth standing at a plaza, presumably not far from the Houses of Parliaments here in London, because you've got what looks like Big Ben in the background. And we're talking about parity and I assume equality, something that obviously our UK economy could certainly improve upon. Um, I didn't actually realize until I saw this documentary the other day. Was it a documentary? It was an interview with an economist where the UK amongst the European Union is actually the least equal when it comes to distribution of wealth. And it's probably one of the reasons why we're having all of these recent struggles, given sort of the inflation and how essentially the fact that we're currently all getting a little bit poorer because of inflation is disproportionately affecting our population, especially obviously because of the fact that we have this inequality that's currently in place. But anyway, this is not an economics channel. This is a Sudoku puzzle channel. So let's take a look at today's puzzle. We have Parity Plaza by Cablr. That's my pronunciation. I'm going to stick to it. Now, the other reason why I'm excited about today's puzzle is we're once again back to parity lines. And I think it wasn't that long ago, maybe a week or so ago, that I played one of those parity line puzzles. And I genuinely struggled with it. It was the first time I came across it. And obviously, practice makes perfect. We're going to knock this one out the park, I'm absolutely certain. Take a look at the time and duration of this puzzle. If it's 40 minutes or longer, then clearly I didn't knock it out of the park. But anyway, let's take a look at the rule sets. We've got standard Sudoku rules apply. So that means the digits 1 to 9 in every row, in every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Fantastic. Digits separated by a black dot are in a 1 to 2 ratio. We've got 1 here, and we've got a row of 2 here as well. Digits in cages sum to the small clue in the top left of the cage. So standard killer cage rules, they don't actually have to mention uniqueness because all the cages are contained within the same box. So essentially these 2 digits sum up to a value which is 15 because it's written up here in the top left corner. These 3 cells sum up to a value which is 11, and it's these 3 cells. Okay. The positive diagonal, so this blue line over here, that's the positive diagonal, must not repeat any digits. So can't have a 1 and a 1, for example, that's repeating digits. They have to be all unique. Pink lines are equal parity lines. So that's the part that I'm really looking forward to, in that they consist of either entirely even or entirely odd digits. So for example, if this is an odd digit, then all of these must be odd digits. All of these, because it's the same parity line, must be odd digits. So we're definitely going to do a little bit of coloring today. But that's all the rule sets. So if you want to play along, if you want to help with parity and roam around this beautiful plaza that you saw in the thumbnail, you've got a link down in the description below, as usual. And with that said, let me restart the clock and see how we get on. Now, quite a few things caught my attention when I was looking at the rule set. First off, 3 cells in black crop key dots. We know that this is 2, 4, and this is from 1, 2, 4, and 8, and this is from 1, 2, 4, and 8. Now, because these are all looking at this pair, this can only be 3, 6. All of this because you're familiar with black crop key dots. They are in a 1 to 2 ratio. If that's a 2, for example, that's either 1 or 4. So that's one set, 1, 2, 4, and 8. 3, 6 is the other set. And then 5, 7, and 9 do not belong on black crop key dots. If you try and place a 5, for example, it's either 2.5 or 10, none of which is allowed under normal or standard Sudoku rules. So we've got either 1, 2, or 4, 2, 4, or 8. That means this option is not available. This option is not available. This is a 3, 6. That's the only remaining set of options. Now, the other thing that really caught my attention is this one here and this one. 2 parity lines that are self-contained in a box. More importantly, they are 5-cell lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These have to be odd. This has to be odd. If you try and make it even, 2, 4, 6, 6, not 5, 8. We've ran out of even digits because between 1 to 9, there are only 4 even digits, not 5. So I'm going to use orange for odd and blue for green. Now, these remaining cells in the box are clearly even. In fact, this is even. I'm just going to go about correcting a few things. There we go. Now, 3 odd digits, looking at 4 cells. If these were all odd, we're at 7 odd digits. That's really not going to work. These are all even as a result. And we do actually have a similar setup here. We've got 4 even digits. Sorry, well, 4 digits of the same parity. If they were even, that's 6. And I've just shown that we're struggling with 5, let alone 6. This is odd. And we already know a substantial amount about the puzzle, which is a marked difference compared to where we were last time. That's 4 evens in box 6, therefore these are all odd. Odd out of 1, 2, 4, and 8, it can only be a 1. That's 1, that's 2, that's 4. All of these are given. 15. Now 15, there are 2 ways to do this in a cage of 2 cells. It's either a 6-9 pair or a 7-8 pair. Now what I think is interesting is we've got essentially 6, 9, 7, 8 all in the same column. So none of these are going to be from 6, 9, 7, 8. So that's either 7 or 9 with a 6, 8 because that's odd. Therefore that's 7 or 9. That's even. This is even, therefore this is odd. That's 7 or 9 and that's 6 or 8. Obviously it has to be odd and even to get to an odd digit. If this were both even, this would never get to 15. What else do we know? 5. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. All looking at this center digit. That's a 5. Which also means there's a 5 in here somewhere. 4 in here means, actually we can do a bit of coloring. I was going to say 4 in there means that given we've already placed all the evens, 4 is in here somewhere. These are odd. That's 4 odds. We need to place 3 evens. They're not all going to be in the 11. 3 evens will not get us to 11. So there's an odd in here somewhere. Therefore there is an even out here, 2 evens and an odd. We will get to an odd digit like 11. So we've colored a huge amount, but it just somehow at the same time doesn't feel like enough, does it? Yeah, 3, 6, that's 3, therefore, and that's 6. That's even. So, time to do a bit of pencil marking. That's 6 and 8, therefore that's a 2. That's 4, 6, and 8. Am I going to pencil mark that? Probably not. That's 2, that's 2. We know 2 is down here. So we said it's 2 evens with an odd. Now, if I use 8 in here, I'm fairly sure I've broken it. Haven't I? I could still do 8, 1, and 2. No, 2 is not available, so 8's not in here. That's the 8. We have 4 and 6 to get us to 10 plus a 1. That's the 1. And then a 4, 6 pair in here that are even, and this is a 2, 8 pair in here to complete this column of evens, and this column of evens is 4 and 6. Got 6 and 8 in here, the 4, the 8. Not very useful. I mean, these are odds now, because we've already got 4 evens. And there's a 2 somewhere in here, which is not there because of this cell. That's not very helpful. Let's have a think. What else do we know? Sure, the diagonal will become useful at some point. It just feels premature. We haven't really placed that much, have we? Yeah, not sure. We know the 2 is in here. We know the 8 is up there because of this 8. And we know the 6 is on this side. Let's think about the 9 maybe. Do we know a huge amount about this? Not really. I feel like we need to do a bit more coloring before we can actually make much progress. I mean, 1 is in here. Not hugely useful. Right, I really do need to think about parity a bit more. I've placed 4 of them. So there's 1 more odd. It could be anywhere at this point. Right, 5 odds. That's 2 evens. That's progress. 4 evens in the row. All of these are now odd. That's 2 evens only. That's got to be another 2 evens. That's all the evens in box 7. These are all odd. I am fairly sure that's now known. That can only be 1, 3, and 5. There is 3 ways of making 9 in 3 cells. It's either 1, 2, and 6, 1, 3, and 5, or 2, 3, and 4. From these options, only one of them is all odd, which is the 1, 3, and 5. Therefore, this is 7 or 9, and this is also 7 or 9. And these are all even to get us to 4 even in here. We've done all the evens in there. These are odd. That's not 2. That's the only place left for the 2 now. And in fact, all of these have to be even, and they are 4 and 8. In fact, we can do a bit better. That 4 is looking in here. That's 8. That's 4. These are now odd. Can't place 8 in here because of the diagonal. Can't place 8 in there because of the 6-8 pair. So 8 is fairly restricted, just not enough yet. We can place this digit though. This is a 6. That gives us these digits. That's 4, that's 6, that's 8. That gives us a whole load actually. 9, 7, 7, and 6 and 9. Excellent. We need to place a 4 somewhere. I was thinking about the 4 as in column 5. And it's not up here because we've already pencil marked the 4 in there. Could certainly be here and could be there. So that's not helpful. Right, can I eliminate any options? That's 4 odds, that's 4 odds, that's not helpful. I'm guessing 4 again, 4 again, yeah. So the only thing we know is there is almost like a, that can't be right. Yeah, there's 2 evens and an odd in this row. There's an odd and an even in this row. And then there is an odd slash even. Sorry, there's 2 odds and an even, which could be anywhere really. Right, diagonal time. That's the way we're going to move this along. We've got 3 evens. There has to be another even in here. It's not 2, it's not 8, it's 4 or 6. So it's either the 4 that's in there. No, it's not enough. Sorry, excuse me. All right, sorry for the weird cut. Just needed to take a quick phone call. Let's see, where was I? 2, 8, 2, 8. Just looking across means the 4 is in here. No, that can't be. This 8 was looking at that. That's the 8. That's the 2. That's a 4. That's the 8. 8. That's not the 8. That's the 8. That's not the 2. That's the 2. That's the 6. That's the 4. 6, 4. So I need to place a 6 and nothing else actually on this diagonal. Well, 6 and then 1, 3, and 5. This is not a 5. 6 with a 1, 3. I mean, I'll pencil mark them, but it's not very helpful. What can we do that is, though? Pretty much solved all the evens, haven't we? 4 and 8 in there, 4 and 8 again in there. I do still need to place a 4, which I know is not here. Oh, it has to be here. Look at that. I mean, I've been blind. I've got 4 evens. That's the 4. 2 and 6, which I still cannot place, surprisingly. These are odd. Can do one better. Actually know what they are. That's a 3, that's a 1. These are not 1s, therefore this is the 1. These are not 1s either. That's not a 1. This is from 3 or 5. In fact, this 5 has been looking at this 3-5 setup for a while. And to finish off, we have 1 and 9, which could be in spread as such. There's a 3 in here with another 1 and... No, that's the 9. We know that because of this 9. So that's 1, 3. That's not a 1. This is 3, 7, and 9. Do we have anything looking up there? No. Have we solved all the evens to the best of our ability? I think until we can actually place more of these evens, I don't think we can do much more. So I said this is not a 4 because, yeah, we place on the diagonal, but we need a 4 in this row. This is it. And a 6, and therefore this has to be the 8, I assume, because it can't go on the diagonal. Yeah, that's the 8. That gives us the rest, I think. 4, 8. No, it doesn't. I guess I need to figure out which one is the 3. That will tell us the 6. That will solve the 2, 6. But in the meantime, I can do this, surely. Oh, no, it's not. There you go. 6, 3, 2, 6. That's all the evens done. All evens? I need a 2 somewhere. I need a 2 in here. And finally, the entire grid is colored. We know where all the parities are. That's a 5 to complete it. This is not 1, 5, or 3. This is a 7, 9 pair. This is the 3. This is another 7, 9 pair, except this time we actually know the order because of this 9 down here. This is a 1, 5 pair, and we actually know the order of again. 1, 3. We need 5, 7, and 9. Not a lot is known necessarily. Just that this is not a 9. That's not a huge amount of information. 5, 7, and 9 again. That's not a 5. So that's 7 or 9. That's not a 9. That's 5 or 7. We need a 1 in here with a 5 or 7. I think these 5s are now telling us something. Yeah, this is the 5. That's the 7. That's the 1. That's the 9. 5, 7, 9. We need another 5 in this row because of this 5. This 7 gives us loads here. 7, 3, 9, 7. We're at the home stretch now. Right, we need 7s and 9s. 7 is in here. 9, no. That was a 5. That's the 9. This is a 3, and if I've not made any mistake, that's the 1 in the solution to today's puzzle. Absolutely fabulous puzzle. Absolutely fabulous puzzle. I immensely enjoy puzzles where it just flows so extremely smoothly. Just a little bit of coloring from the beginning, a little bit of black crop key dots to get you started with some digits. Spotting this 5 to get you going. These killer cages. And then from here on, it's just all about parity and Sudoku, and it's just beautiful. Well, I mean, Cablr, thank you so much for creating the puzzle. I absolutely loved it. I hope the viewers of this video enjoyed it anywhere as much as I have. And with that said, see you back for the next one. Bye for now.